What is up, my friends? I hope that you're all well. I hope you're all enjoying the good weather. And of course, I am here tonight to talk about transfers. We know the Reds campaign comes to an end tomorrow at St Mary's against Southampton. We will, of course, be doing a watch along of that on the Anfield Agenda Twitch channel for the last time. So if you want to come and join us, you know what to do. You will find the link to our Twitch channel in the description of this video. We'll be kicking it off an hour before the game gets underway. Today, though, today we're here to do what we always do, to give you guys the latest newspaper stories surrounding Liverpool Football Club and the summer transfer window. We're going to be talking about a few names you've heard before and a few who you may not, but as always, we want to know your thoughts in the comment section. Do drop a like on the video, and if you haven't hit that subscribe button, well, what the hell are you waiting for? Right, let's get into it, and let's start with Alexis Mac Allister, and this deal looks like it will be concluded, I would say, very soon. So, right now, we know that Alexis Mac Allister's agent, who was also his father, is flying over to the UK to finalise a move to Liverpool Football Club. It's been reported in Argentina that all the details of the deal are pretty much done and that he will be announced after, sometime, I should say after, not right after, but sometime after Brighton's final game of the season. It's no surprise to us that Alexis will be a Liverpool player, but I think we can say it's one that I hope we all agree is a fantastic signing and a player that I think will do very well for us. So great news on that one, but there's a lot more for us to get through, so stick with me. We're going to be talking about Fabio Carvalho now, and as Jurgen Klopp said, it looks like Carvalho will go out on loan next season. Klopp has spoken about how much he's been impressed with Fabio on the training ground, and he spoke about the fact that he's the one that's probably impressed him the most this season with regard to his attitude on top of everything else. Now, it's been reported by Football Insider that Burnley are a club that are looking to bring him on loan, and I think that would be a great fit. Obviously, the job Vincent Kompany has done there is tremendous. Burnley coming straight back up to the Premier League, and I think adding him in there on loan could be a very shrewd piece of business for everybody. So let's wait and see what happens. But again, he will be going out on loan by the looks of it, and I think Burnley will be a very good fit for him to go and have a season there. Right, so now we talk about the sporting director, and it looks like George Schmadtke will be unveiled and will start work from June the 1st. At least that's what's been reported. Christian Falk has been given an insight into what we can expect from George Schmadtke, and he said, I've heard Schmadtke will start live for Liverpool as a sporting director on June the 1st. He's a good eye for talent. He's always been a thing that he sees players early, the ability to develop quickly. There are many names in the Bundesliga like Manu Kone, which is a name that we haven't spoken about in a while, that are already in Liverpool's focus. These are the kinds of players that he will look for, players who will have some experience and players who can get the most value from in the transfer window. And look, I'm all for value, big fan of it, but I also want players who are ready for the now, players who are ready to come in and make a difference. So I want three type of Alexis Mac Allister signings, one that we can all look at and go, yeah, I get it, I understand it, I agree with it, get it done. So look, let's wait and see what Schmadtke does. Kone is a name that many of us felt probably would have moved on in a previous window. Still there, and we're not saying that we're absolutely going for Kone, but he was a name mentioned here by Christian Falk, so we keep moving on. And while we're in Germany, let's speak about the fact that somehow Bayern Munich have managed to win the Bundesliga yet again. All Borussia Dortmund had to do was win their last home game of the season and they would have been champions, and they didn't, and it goes to Bayern Munich. And I think we're all a little bit shocked because it looked like it was in Bayern's hands. Then they dropped points against Leipzig by being beaten by them, put it back in Dortmund's hands. Dortmund at home, last game of the season, with a chance to win the Bundesliga. I didn't think that they would mess it up, but somehow they found a way to throw it away. And Bayern Munich and Sadio Mane are the Bundesliga champions. I believe, by the way, that triggers a £2 million add-on in Sadio's deal, which will benefit Liverpool. But yeah, it's a kick in the nuts for those Dortmund fans who I'm sure would have been showing up today at Signal Iduna Park thinking, this is it. This is the day that we win the Bundesliga again, but it isn't. Now, keeping with the Bundesliga and keeping with Borussia Dortmund, Marca, who, again, big pinch of salt here, say Jude Bellingham is set to join Real Madrid next week. Now, the Dortmund CEO said there hasn't even been a conversation, but we do know that executives from Madrid were flying in to have a chat with Dortmund about the player, but not great timing now, boys. You know, they've just thrown away the league title. They're probably not going to be in a good mood. So I'd imagine that Madrid are going to get their best negotiators on the job, because I can't see this one being too straightforward. Madrid feel like they can get him for about €100 million with a few add-ons. That leaves many of us Liverpool fans scratching our heads going, huh? because we walked away after apparently putting in an offer for exactly that. So let's wait and see what happens. But again, just bringing to you guys what's being reported. So, James Pearce has been speaking about potential contract renewals. He's speaking about the players whose contracts are out in 2025 as those being the priority. And he said, for the players out of contract in 2025, Trent Alexander-Arnold is the main priority for agreeing a new deal. However, there's not much rush to get that signed. Probably because Trent is probably going to be with Liverpool for his entire career. So, again, just no need to rush it. But again, don't go the other way and let it drag on too long. Also, James Pearce has been speaking about the incident with Kostas Tsimikas, right? Many of us seen him very emotional, very upset at the end of Liverpool's last home game. And we wondered, is this going to be a goodbye to Kostas? Are we going to see him moved on to another league? Is he going to go elsewhere? Well, this is what James Pearce has had to say. Despite the speculation around Kostas Tsimikas leaving after he was pictured crying during the Anfield farewell, Liverpool expect to keep the left back for next season, which I'm absolutely sound with. You know, Kostas is a decent backup. I have no problems. I'm certainly not looking to ship him out. But we did wonder, right, after seeing him get so emotional, was it because Bobby's leaving? Was it the whole occasion, or was there something that we didn't know about? It looks like it was just the occasion. So looks like we'll have Kostas with us next season. And on again, the George Schmadtke thing. I want to know your thoughts on Manu Kone as one example. Would you like to see Manu Kone at Liverpool? Do you think he'd be good enough? There's one more thing, though, that I've got to bring up today. And this is one that I don't know how to take. I don't know whether I want to believe this because I want the player, or I want to believe it because there's something to it. But there is a report today in Le Parisien that said Liverpool are now prepared to pay the €60 million release clause for Sporting Lisbon and Uruguay midfielder Manuel Ugarte, if you believe that. Now, look, it's been reported for the past few days that PSG want to sign him. He wants to go to PSG. They're going to pay that release clause, and that'll be a PSG player. Chelsea's name were also in the conversation, but we've been told by some journalists in the UK that Liverpool have no interest. Now, I don't know what to believe on this one. I don't know if this is like Le Parisien trying to big up PSG a little bit by saying, look, we can even beat the likes of Liverpool to the signature of this guy. The piece goes on to say that a number of top European clubs have been linked with a move for Ugarte, who featured for his nation at the World Cup in Qatar last year. Liverpool particularly are in need of midfield reinforcements, with the Reds bidding farewell to James Milner, Naby Keita and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain this summer. It goes on to say Ugarte was described as a genius by his Sporting teammate Pedro Gonçalves. So there you go. I hope it's true. I hope Liverpool are revisiting it, but I wouldn't hold my breath on it. Again, this to me strikes as a Paris-based outlet kind of saying, look, we managed to get this guy despite the interests of Premier League clubs and yada yada. So look, I hope it's true, but I'm not going to hold my breath. So look, that's where we're at right now. But this is going to start moving quickly, so do stick with us here over the summer. We're going to be giving you guys daily updates on all the transfers, looking ahead to pre-season as well. And of course, when we get back underway next season, we will be here on YouTube for all of our watch-alongs. And I hope you guys can stick with us. Thank you once again for an amazing season, filled full of great memories, ups and downs, but we appreciate you sticking with us. It's a pleasure to be here with you. So do drop a like on the video. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And we will see you tomorrow night as well for some match reaction after Liverpool's last home game of the season, or excuse me, last game of the season, I should say, away at St Mary's against Southampton. Talk to you then. Bye-bye.